actually.
Thank God. When you're making stuff, are you using PS4 or PC?
I use PC because of the mods.
Okay, what about when you're just training?
Well, I'm just trying to use a PS4 account.
Okay. All right. So this is what I would like to recommend or propose to you because you already have the gear, and so many times a lot of the guys that I work with, a lot of people that we work with that cross kind of training are like broke ass dudes in college, or guys, military guys that maybe they have more money but they don't have like the tech savvy to like do these things. But if you are open to it, I think the most effective way to train, especially with the gear that you have, because I'm imagining you got at least 2 monitors.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so one monitor is are you using XSplit or OBS?
XSplit.
Okay, so you got XSplit recording from the PS4 in one monitor, and then you're playing in the other. So as soon as you need to, well, first obviously you're gonna start with training mode, and as soon as training mode opens up, you just hit record because you got plenty of hard drive space and whatever, and you never know when you stumble upon something that's like weird or hits funny, or you're like, why does that work? So you're already recording. Then, I'm going to try to help you create a training mode workflow, because as a designer, you have workflow for different clients and projects and whatever. So we want to create a similar sort of workflow for you, except it's a combination of training mode and then playing matches and then watching replays and then taking very specific notes or things that you notice in the match, writing those down, returning to training mode, working on those things, and then repeat. But the trick, and the part that you're not doing right now that you could be doing but you aren't currently, is recording the whole time, and then when you get a match, stop the recording, then start it so you have it fresh, and then as soon as the match is over, stop it, and then play it back immediately, so that you don't have to subject yourself. You're only subjecting yourself to the pain of losing, not to the pain of the Capcom menu design, because the UX drives us crazy.
Okay. All right. So
and bonus, if you won, you don't have to watch the loss. You have to watch the win.
Okay.
You see? So because even in because as important as it is to watch our losses, and I'm telling you this, this is one of those situations where I'm not as diligent about it, but as important as it is to watch our losses, it's also important to celebrate our wins, so that we remember that, hey, it's more than a game, but it's something that we improve in, and we build more confidence, because if we're always just watching our losses, then we're just like, damn, like I fucking suck. So instead, we want to make it a habit of regularly watching the wins and the losses, so that when we do something good, because every now and then something will happen in the game and you're like, and you just think of it on the fly, and then you just do it, and then you think about it and you're like, damn, that was pretty sick. And then you go back to you write that down, you watch that part, and you go back to training mode, and then you recreate that situation, you work on that. And what you'll find is that right now you think of training mode as just like, oh fuck, like I gotta practice these combos. But what you'll find is there's like a tipping point, and once you get past this little point when you're in training mode, you in the same way that I believe you can get into flow state when you're doing design work and you're working on your art. You can get into that same state in training mode, and then the creativity goes, because I found that when I was before Street Fighter 5, I could never understand what you could use training mode for aside from practicing combos. But because I didn't have the creative side of my brain fully developed in training mode. So this is, but once you understand that it's a thing, and once you get into the habit of watching your replays, that actually sparks the creative juice required to make training mode interesting.
Okay.
All right. So look, this is what we're gonna do.
Okay. So this is homework. All right.
All right. So I'm going to write some of these things down that I noticed in this match, and I'm gonna write it down here. Are you familiar with the note-taking app Evernote?
No, I'm not actually.
Okay. Well, basically, it's a cross-platform note-taking app, mobile, iOS, Android, desktop, Windows, whatever, everything.
Yep.
I use it to keep track of a lot of stuff, not just Street Fighter stuff. So I'm going to basically write down as much as I can, and then we're going to go into training mode, and then I'm going to kind of demonstrate how I would tackle like each of these particular issues.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's see, and don't worry, I'm just gonna jot all this stuff down, and I'm gonna send it to you afterwards.
Okay, sweet. Well, just while you're doing that, I'm just downloading Evernote on my phone right now.
The only problem with having it only on your phone, like I do it because I have my desktops.
Yeah.
Because I have my desktop, like I have it on both.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be easier to type. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. What happened? What happened here? How did this all? What the fuck? How did this all fall apart? Okay, build a store. Okay, so there we go. So again, like, all right. So one of the things that I would note down was I would be like, practice anti-airing with standing heavy punch. What are the other? What are the top 3 anti-air normals with her?
So standing heavy punch is her best anti-air normal. Her second best, I would say, is a medium punch DP. After that, her anti-airs get very unreliable. She's got crouching heavy punch, but it's very slow and is prone to getting traded with or just losing entirely. And the other one's back heavy kick, but that requires some pretty specific timing.
Got it. Okay. All right. Now let's see what you do on wake up. Normal recovery, blocking low. All right, stuck in the corner. All right, now. So like lots of times there can be like big picture things or like that are kind of like judgment calls. Like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have. Maybe you should have been at a further range, or maybe you should have been blocking here. Those are usually not the type of things that I like to write down. I like to write down stuff that's like super specific that I can practice in training mode.
Okay.
Okay, and actually, and then we're gonna write down this one, which is crouching medium kick into heavy.
Yep, that's heavy.
Crouching medium kick into heavy store, and then in this instance. After the knockdown, I do back recovery, and then you do. I think you just do dash forward. So dash forward. Dash forward. So and then I would write, and then I'm gonna write. What's the back recovery? What's Juri's knockdown back recovery? Back recovery. Frame advantage. And okay, and then I would put that as a question mark, and then this would be something. This is an actionable item, because what we're gonna do after is once we have this list, then we're gonna go and then see which ones look most actionable through the Oki calculator, and then start with those.
Okay. Also, I should point out that I never do back recovery. I'm terrible for doing that.
Well, it's okay if you're not doing back. Part of the reason that you might not be doing back recovery is because you're not thinking too much about their back recovery.
That's also true. Yes.
So once we start to study this, then we can start to think about building a no recovery, normal recovery, and back recovery strategy.
Okay.
Right. Okay. That was one. So hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna throw, and then you uppercut, and then it's okay. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. All right. Okay. And so I would write that down as after EXDP.
Okay, I can tell you after EXDP if they do a quick rise, you can do back heavy kick and some meaty if they do a jab.
Okay, that's good, but we want to get it to the point where we know the numbers.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. What's the frame advantage on normal back recovery? Because what ended up happening was you did dash. Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Having said that, after EX with the back heavy kick, it's very inconsistent online.
Okay, well, it's okay if it's consistent online.
No, it's inconsistent online.
Right, it's okay if it's inconsistent online because we want to know on paper, intellectually, what the answer is.
All right.
Because once we know that and have practiced it in training mode, then we can figure out whether it's worth it to attempt it online. But before we can really determine whether or not it's consistent or inconsistent online, blah blah blah, we have to. Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. Fucking hitbox. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. This is the yeah. I got that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I switched. So I'm not like totally comfortable on it yet, but it's so much better. I can't even. I wish I would have switched years ago, man. If I could, I actually would like to. I would like to train somebody sometime that has never played, has never played Street Fighter, but teach them on hitbox, and then somehow find a way to compare them to somebody who learned on stick at the same pace. And I'm 99.9% confident that the person playing on hitbox would win. Yeah. From completely, I mean, this is just, just training experience, but from completely clean slates.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, here's the second replay. So and so generally, when you watch a replay, I don't think it's a stretch to be able to write down one actionable item from each round. So just from that game, I have three things written down.
Okay.
So let's see. So gold is gold is 4,000, and then super gold must be 6,000.
I think it's 5,500.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 5,500.
Okay, but then platinum, I think it's 7,500.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So first things first. I don't know if I should have said this from the get-go, but every time we're watching a replay, you got to turn on key display and attack data, and then you also have to become a master of using the controls to fast forward and rewind. However, with that said, if you're using the workflow that I'm recommending of recording your matches with XSplit when you're training, you don't have to do any of this because you could just load it up into your video player afterwards.
Yeah.
But for the sake of watching this, we'll be okay. All right. So now you got two stores. You got the knockdown.
Yeah.
And you got the knockdown with light store. So I'm going to put that down. What's the frame advantage on light store? Because I do normal recovery. Okay. So then you get the throw. Oh, sorry. Forward throw. Okay. So now I would put what's the knockdown frame advantage on normal throw. Okay. So then after that. All right, so after the jump in medium kick, then you go straight for
back heavy.
And then You go for medium kick store. Now, this is where I'm not a Juri player, but most of the other characters follow a similar path.
Okay.
Okay. Why just go for medium kick store right here?
As opposed to what?